What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? I'm sure that those of you who are in these YouTube streets, and if you watch my reviews, and you probably have already heard about the passing of Tai Couture TV, Tai Couture, Tyreed. I woke up to that phone call this morning. I probably had been at work a few minutes, and I got the text message, and it was unconfirmed, and that the family was asking that people not put RIP, RIP out there. I'm sure it was because maybe other family members didn't know yet. In this age of social media, information just moves faster than the phone does sometimes. You know what I mean? And so I reached out to some people who I that we had in common to find out if it was true, if it had been confirmed, find out what happened. I didn't want to make any assumptions. I am not going to sit here and pretend like me and Ty were best friends. However, me and Ty did have a relationship behind the YouTube scenes, so to speak. We spoke regularly. We spoke about issues, and sometimes when he was struggling, we would talk. Sometimes when I was struggling, we would talk. We had always made plans to, at some point in time, hook up. I was going to let him do my hair. If you know Ty, you know he's a celebrity hairstylist, and he was giving me a big old discount, honey, and I was excited, but we just never could coordinate to make it work because I was going to drive up to Jersey, which is a couple of hours. And then we were going to just kind of, I was going to take him to lunch, and we were going to spend a couple of hours together, and then I was going to come on back home. And we just never quite could coordinate it. If you follow Ty and you follow him, you know that about a year ago, he had a really bad breakup, and about a year before that, his marriage had ended, and he had gone through some issues at that time. So it'd been a tumultuous couple of years for Ty. He left YouTube when he left Atlanta last January. He left Atlanta, and he pretty much left YouTube when he left Atlanta. I kept hoping and waiting for him to come back. A few months ago, he posted a tag video that I had actually tagged him in. He posted it a couple of months ago, and what was interesting was I had tagged him in that video months ago, and you could tell by the background that he had filmed it while he was still living in Atlanta, but for whatever reason, he had uploaded it and posted it a few months back, and everybody thought that maybe that was him stepping his toes back in to come back to YouTube, but that wasn't necessarily to be the case. I was shocked and surprised, and I reached out to him, and I was like, thank you, because of course he mentioned me, he gave me a shout out, told people to subscribe to me and all that good stuff. So I was like, thank you for posting the video, I appreciate it, so forth and so on. And the last time I reached out to him was about a month or so ago, and it was just a basic, hey, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? I'm good. I said, I think it was just basic that. It wasn't anything deep. We ain't had no long conversation. So I pray for his family. I pray that he is resting in paradise. I pray that for the loved ones, for comfort for them, for his friends. I talked to a few people today who were closer to him than I was, and they were definitely feeling it. Shocked, hurt, upset, all of those emotions that you go through. You know what I'm saying? From all accounts, I'm hearing that it was suicide. I'm not going to sit here and say beyond a shadow of a doubt that that's what it was, because I don't know. That's what I'm seeing everywhere, but I have not heard it officially, so I don't know. But I would not be shocked because we all know that Tai has suffered. He's been very open about his battles with depression, about his battles with suicide ideations. He'd been very open about it. He'd been very open about his journey. He had been very open about his past suicide attempt. One thing about Tai, he was an open book. You may not have always liked what you were getting, but he was definitely an open book. And he absolutely let you know what was going on with him, what was on his mind, how he felt. I know he took a lot of his videos down, but there are still videos that are up there. You guys, please, go visit his page and see some of his older videos. I'm sure it's because of the algorithms of YouTube that today his video about his suicide attempt actually popped up in my my YouTube suggestions today. And I'm sure it's because everybody's going back and looking at his old videos because of the algorithms or whatever. This video popped up at the top because the video is 3 years old. So I wanted to come on and just share my thoughts. He was one of the first YouTubers that I had built a relationship with outside of YouTube. As far as talking outside of YouTube, as far as having conversations. Again, we were not the best. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like we were best friends. I was trying to, if I had gotten to Atlanta while he was still there, I know we would have hooked up at some point. He just wanted to be loved. He just wanted to be loved. I say this to you, and I know you guys have been hearing this all day because I've seen it in different videos all day. Depression is real. It is not to be played with. It is not to be taken lightly. It is not to be joked with. If you have a friend or a family member that suffers from depression and you don't understand it, I implore you to do the research. I implore you to read up on depression. I implore you to read up on what it looks like, how it works. Because somebody can be fine on Monday and you talk to them and you have a great conversation and then you don't hear from them for 2 weeks. And then you find out after the fact they were in bed for 2 weeks. And it could be the triggers, could be anything. And I just implore you, you hear it all the time, check on your strong friends because they're the ones that are probably suffering the most. The people that put on the strong fronts, the people that give you that me against the world. But I say check on all your friends. And I'm guilty of it. Going 2 or 3 weeks without talking to people. But check on your friends. Especially friends that you know are going through something. Or friends that you know suffer from things. Or have been open with you about maybe suffering from mental illness or things of that nature. I implore you to do that. And I'll take my own advice as well. We've lost a good person. Tai was a good guy. Perfect who is. But he was a good guy. And I really am sorry to get this news. I'm sorry for it to be confirmed. Rest in paradise, man.